So this film isn't about the king who ruled during the Crusades? You're telling me that this isn't another Robin Hood era style film? Oh, this is good news, because that last film about Robin Hood fucking sucked. Guys, my name is Zach. Welcome to a very special movie review, and as always, I really appreciate you guys clicking on this thumbnail today. I really hope you enjoy your stay, because this time around, we're checking out King Richard, otherwise known as this year's Oscar bait for one Will Smith. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. But this one was directed by Reinaldo Marcus Green, who also directed Joe Bell, a true hidden gem from last year, and it stars the aforementioned Will Smith as the father to Venus and Serena Williams. Richard is armed with a clear vision and a brazen 78-page plan, and he's determined to write his two daughters, Venus and Serena, into the history books. And Richard shapes the girls' unyielding commitment and keen intuition through training on tennis courts in Compton. And together, the Williams family defies seemingly insurmountable odds and the prevailing expectations laid before them. Alright guys, so I have heard loads of buzz surrounding this movie. I've heard a fair amount of people compare it to Remember the Titans starring Denzel Washington, which, for those of you who aren't aware, that is one of my all-time favorite sports films. So to say that I was very eager to check out King Richard would be quite the understatement. And I was definitely curious to learn more about this subject matter. Keep in mind, I do know who Venus and Serena Williams are. I have seen Venus play a few pro matches on TV when I was younger, and I am fully aware that Serena is one of the best tennis players in the world right now. But I really do think this film was able to open my eyes a lot more about this subject matter, and much like Richard would have wanted his family to do, I learned some stuff. I think that's one of the biggest praises I can give this flick, is not only how educational it was, but it was a very surprisingly nuanced film for a sports biopic like this. And I think Will Smith was certainly the right actor to anchor a story like this. He is ultra likable, brings so much energy to any movie he signs onto. You know, unless it's After Earth, where they have him sitting in a confined place, breaking his legs while his son does all the dirty work. And yeah, it's no secret that Will Smith has been wanting that Oscar for years now. I know he's been nominated a couple of times in the past, definitely for The Pursuit of Happiness. I think he was also nominated for Ali. I could be very wrong about that. But he's been cranking out movies like this around the holiday season, trying to catch that oh-so-elusive golden statue. Ali, The Pursuit of Happiness, I've already alluded to. For the record, though, movies like Collateral Beauty were not gonna do the trick. No, sir. But in all seriousness, guys, I think his turn in King Richard was just what he needed. I think this performance is gonna get him the closest he's ever gotten to actually winning an Oscar. He's definitely gonna get nominated because I thought he was dynamite as the title character. The accent was on point, and his range is so vast in here. There were certainly stages of this movie where he could be the overprotective, outspoken parent, but there's also a bunch of super endearing qualities to him as well. Just the desire he has for his children to learn and be unlike everyone else, not just in their neighborhood. There's just something so infectious about his passion and his charisma. It's truly a fantastic performance, and love him or hate him, you gotta give Will Smith credit where it's due. And also, how about those two young girls playing Venus and Serena themselves? Keep your eyes peeled for those two names, because they are going to be getting a lot of acting work coming up soon. Sidney, especially as Venus, oh my gosh, I loved her in this movie. She was so easy to root for. And a special shout out goes to Jon Bernthal as the cheesy coach Rick Macy. He was so darn entertaining in this. It's a very different character than Shane from The Walking Dead or even The Punisher. That just shows you how good Jon Bernthal is. He is so larger than life in this film. I would argue he even matches Will Smith's charisma. He was truly magnificent, guys. All of these actors were. Bravo. Bravo, everyone involved. I do think Reinaldo Marcus Green does a solid job directing the movie. The filmmaking isn't much to write home about. It's not going to be a groundbreaking technical achievement like Dune, of course not. I think that's a little bit unfair to expect some staggering editing or Deakins-level cinematography in a sports movie like this. On the other hand, one technical that I would love to talk about is the pure attention to detail regarding this family's story. It is curiously staggering how close it is. Just the van that Will Smith is driving around is a copy-paste of what Richie Williams actually drove around in real life. It's such a neat little detail the filmmakers put in there to really immerse us in this story even more. And that brings me to my couple of issues that I had with King Richard. First of all, yes, this is a cliche riddled sports movie. It's insanely predictable. I mean, come on, you pretty much know the lesson within the first 10 to 15 minutes, and yet the screenwriters just kind of keep hammering it in. It's not like it's a bad lesson. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's what the sign in the background says, basically, while they're training, and that's a really nice motto to build your movie around. But I did notice that there were points within this dialogue that I felt kind of got a little bit repetitive, especially as you go deeper and deeper. And the repetitiveness of the morals actually is a huge attribute to my biggest issue with King Richard. It's runtime. The first act especially considerably drags for me, which can only mean one thing. King Richard sitting at 145 minutes is way too fucking long. It's by the time Venus and Serena meet their first coach aside from their dad, that's where the movie really picked up for me. None of this is to say that Richard is a bad or even a boring character to follow, of course not. Will Smith is everything but boring, but I was personally more interested in the two sisters and how they rose to fame and their struggles to get there. And yeah, okay, let me address the elephants in the room. I have heard a lot of complaints about this movie being so blatantly obvious as Oscar bait. And not to say that they are going for it, but here's all I'll say to address the matter. I would honestly have the movie focus rather on being good on its own merits, you know, rather than obviously reaching for the highest star. And it's kind of ironic thinking about that possibility that King Richard could be one of those Oscar bait movies reaching for all of those golden statues, just like fishing for them out in the big old pond. All when one of the messages of this movie is about being humble and being true to yourself and never bragging about who you are. Or better yet, bragging about how good you are. Just some food for thought. Never said 100% that this is what King Richard is doing, but if that's the case, then that might be a little bit hypocritical, don't you think? I don't know, but moral of the story, King Richard is still a very good movie, and I will not be surprised when it inevitably does garner Will Smith another nomination. It's definitely a good sports flick. I think it will certainly inspire a lot of people, and I did enjoy watching it for the most part. It just took a little while for that enjoyment to peak for me personally. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give King Richard a B+. Absolutely has some stellar performances across the board, especially from Will Smith himself in the title role. I think it's at least worth a watch from you guys, but don't expect that this movie's gonna pop up in my top 10 this year. But these are all, of course, just my opinions. Feel free to sound off as much as you like down in the comments section below. What did you guys think of King Richard? Do you guys think it's the best movie of the year? Do you guys think it's Will Smith's best performance? As you guys know, I love discussing all things cinema and entertainment with you guys. I love creating this content, and if you guys love this content as much as I enjoy making it for you, then I would consider smashing that subscribe button down below as hard as you possibly can. This channel is on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I'm hoping to reach that number very, very soon. So what the heck are you waiting for? You guys will be the first ones to know anytime a new upload hits this channel. And feel free to smash that thumbs up button on your way out also. This is really, really beneficial in helping get this content out there. And as always, my friends, stay tuned for more exciting content hitting this channel very, very soon. I've also got reviews up for Ghostbusters Afterlife and Tick Tick Boom, both of which came out this previous weekend. And I will be looking at Encanto this Tuesday night, the brand new Disney animated classic, all to complement one of my personal favorite videos that I've made premiering on Monday, November 22nd. It's the 30th anniversary of Beauty and the Beast, my personal favorite Disney animated film ever. So certainly a lot of exciting stuff to look for here on the channel. You guys are the best. And again, I cannot appreciate you guys enough for your support. With all that being said, back talk, commence.